But anyway, it is time to give our review of the Summrs album called Fallen Raven. Chat, we're doing 1 through 10. It's time. 1 through 10. I'm actually gonna give this, let's see, low-key I'm gonna give this like a 9. Like, this album blew my mind. Pause. Normally, like, I'm not the biggest fan of Summrs, but he really killed this shit. The beginning was, like we discussed, very aggressive, almost remind me of like new wave Chief Keef beats wise, like super hype, aggressive, but it had, like, you know, the can yeet bell instrumental instruments, the synths in the backgrounds. It was still cool. Like, I'd honestly take this over Chief Keef. I know a lot of people are gonna get mad over that, but regardless, that was like the first half, right? And the second half was Plug-in B, where Veil, like, this song low-key like could go head to head with a Drake song. It had some Drake vibes. Some of these songs on the second half or the middle sounded like Drake. Like, where is the For You interlude? This sounded like the sample of like the 80s song, woman singing in the background. I don't know if it's this song specifically, but you get what I'm saying. This is an album way ahead of the rest of the underground. I'm gonna be real. Like, very diverse. Had, again, Plug-in B, two sides. And then the beginning was like more aggressive Summrs. At first I was like, I like the aggressive Summrs better, but then the Plug-in B, like, he came back and reminded me how much of a goat he was at that, being one of the originators of that genre with like Autumn. Maybe not, I don't know, that's at least what I always thought. But solid project. Again, 9 out of 10. There was a ton of songs on there, usually by 23 tracks. I'd be like, I do not want to listen to this shit anymore. And the last few songs, I'm not gonna lie, they're very slow. People were saying it sounded like Intoxicated, his previous project, but yeah, but that's okay. You need, again, it's very diverse. You need some of those songs for some people who want that. Maybe just on stream, I want more hype shit or like melodic, and that's the reason I didn't like him currently. But no song was bad. Like, he never missed once. I think my favorite was what? I liked Swing Your Pole, Veil, Colorado. I'd really have to go through these again because I had a call in the middle of this reaction. A lot of people are giving 8s, 9s, 7.5. Like, again, this might be the best underground album of the year. And I will say that right here. Like, he proved everybody, like, he's still in this shit. Because I feel like a lot of people were doubting Summrs' abilities, including myself. I thought Can was going to take this shit. I thought Sofago, Yeet, right? And while Yeet and Sofago and Can might get better numbers than Summrs, I definitely think quality wise, because this is a relatively independent album, I believe. Let's check who it's distributed by. It's gonna be Summrs, right? So he's technically signed to a label, but like, or at least I thought he was, but they're just not pushing him because of, you know, some previous issues. So independent wise, this is gonna do really well. And so I guess this is why he was getting pissed at everybody, like, yo, stop making me rush this project. It's gonna be fire, I promise. This sounds like, okay, the difference between this and a lot of underground projects, underground rappers projects, is this sounds like an actual album from a mainstream artist. Like a bunch of different types of songs. The interludes sounded like planned. It wasn't just like, hey, let me record 100 songs and then pick the best 23. Like, there was definitely like a flow to it. Yeah, you can tell he took his time. He's not mainstream. I agree, he's not mainstream. I don't know if this will get him mainstream, but it definitely sounded like there were a few mainstream-esque or songs that could sound like that. Like that if they heard it on the radio, they'd be like, oh, okay, I like this, you know? So hopefully, man, hopefully this goes up. Shout out Summrs. really blew the fuck out of my mind. His last project was cool, but like wasn't feeling it. This one, low-key amazing. How much do I have him selling first week? I don't know if he'll like register like that, because again, it's so hard to, when you're not in playlists, he's independent. When you're not in playlists, you're not on radio. Radio's low-key like huge for numbers. Shout out whoever just subbed. Elijah Hunt, 7-Eleven. Yeah, when you're not on radio or playlists, you don't like get guaranteed millions of streams. Like we can check to see if the plays have registered, but it just dropped this morning, so it hasn't. But for him, it's definitely gonna do well. I will be looking out for like where it ends up on the Apple Music charts, because that would be dope. Be like top 10 or something like that, like a little Cochise situation. Obviously, I think Cochise will sell more just because he's more mainstream. He's got songs on like different playlists. He's got it on the NBA 2K22, and like he's got little TikTok songs. Summrs not really like that type of artist, but solid music overall. His three-peat of what we have, NML and Fallen is unmatched underground wise. Yeah, this will go down as like one of the best albums of 2022. At least in underground. Solid project.